All right, let's wrap it up with Sunday Night Football. Double check, make sure I didn't miss any games. But Sunday Night Football, Miami Dolphins 24, New England Patriots 17. Dolphins move to 2-0. Patriots fall to 0-2. One of the most fun finishes, weird finishes, unfortunate finishes because it was fun that you'll see. Pass short of the sticks to Hunter Henry. He's about to go down. He laterals it to guard Cole Strange. I don't know who he lateraled it to, but Cole Strange said, "That's my ball." Yeah. He went up and got it and then tried to tried to gut it out for a first down, needed a couple yards, came just short. Terry McAuley, just like he's the guy, the Saturday Night Live people that are just, the Debbie Downer or whatever. It was initially a first down, and Terry's over there like, "Nah, I don't think he's got it, guys. This game's going to end." And we're rooting for excitement here.
Anyway. Is the classic example of a play where if it's cool enough, let it go. Let it go. It was close enough, right? It was an amazing play, and it was close enough. Who cares about the rules? Just give him, there's wiggle room in this, right? We didn't look too close at the one shin equals one knee equals 2 feet thing. Why do we care about the rules right now? Let it stand.
The cool rule.
Mm-hmm.
The cool rule. High level, it felt like Miami was in control of this game. New England hung tough, and a couple late touchdowns to keep it close. But Miami's offense, man, Tua just precision once again for the most part. Did throw a bit of a chuck into kind of a whatever it was, chuck and duck to Christian Gonzalez for an interception short. But other than that, man, Miami just feels fast, obviously. But everything's fast. Everything's quick, right? The motion is quick. The motion is right before the snap where you can't adjust to it. The players are fast. They're quick. Tua, the quick release. It's all fast, man. And it is so tough for defenses to account for. So they did a nice job, as always, creating mismatches, getting the ball out of Tua's hands extremely quickly, and just moving the ball offensively.
Yeah, this was an interesting game because I think it started off as quite a close back and forth that was schematically very interesting. Then it got way away from New England and reached the point where late in the game, I think Chris made this comment on the broadcast, like the Dolphins, Mike McDaniel must be asking himself, like, how the hell does New England have a chance of winning this? I mean, they have the ball late in the game where that lateral rugby play happened. Like, that's the drive to tie it up or whatever. Like, the Patriots shouldn't have been anywhere near this game by the end of it, and yet they were. But early in the game, the Patriots open up with basically that Brian Flores defense that the Vikings were running against Philadelphia for similar reasons. They were, like, running this three-safety look and inviting the run from Miami because they didn't want to get gashed by Tyreek Hill in the passing game and 466 yards and all that kind of stuff. And it was kind of working. Like, they were at least making Miami get success by being patient and drawing it out, and all that kind of stuff. And then when New England got the ball, like, they were getting the ball out quickly as well. They were having some success. And then Bradley Chubb forces a fumble on Douglas, the rookie receiver, gets a turnover, and that changes the whole outlook of the game. Like, New England's offense doesn't function after that. Did they end up getting Douglas back on the field, or did he just get benched?
I don't think so.
That?
I think that was it for him.
Dude, I think that's shooting yourself. Like, that's cutting off your nose to spite your face.
I think that's Douglas, way too old school, man. Even Chris mentioned it on the show. A guy fumbles, like, all right, you're benched. Right. It's like you're actively making the team worse.
Force that. Yeah, exactly. It's cutting off your nose to spite your face. You are voluntarily making yourself worse to make a point. 4 snaps for Douglas. One of them, that was a nice play. And look, every receiver that's played football at any level has done that, right? Where you just didn't know there was a guy chasing you down from the other angle, and he hits the ball before you knew a hit was incoming. And as much as that's why they preach 5 points of contact, high and tight, when you're running and you don't think there's a hit incoming, you just involuntarily relax that a little bit. You don't have it as high and tight as you should do. And sure, that's the point Bill Belichick is trying to make, and it's an important one. But, dude, at some point, people make mistakes. Cut him some slack. He's also one of the few guys you have that might make a play for you, and the game's getting away.
But the fumble is just a weird one because if you blow a coverage, are you out for you don't get benched just for one blown coverage or for one dropped pass, or I know whatever it is, man. It's just it doesn't mean you're going to fumble the next 3 times you have the ball either. It's like, chances are you got your fumble out of your system and you're going to fix it and you're going to be a good player.
Yeah. And look, maybe you can make the argument, sit him down for a while so he knows, like make the point. Yeah. But late in the game, put him back on. Like now you need him again. So you made your point.
Mario Douglas has been fantastic during training camp. And with how often New England's throwing the ball underneath, that's the type of player you need with the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
Because the Patriots were not completing anything. There was a point in the game where I don't know if it ended up when it changed, but Mac Jones was 0 for 7 on passes, 10-plus yards, and 18 for 18 underneath. It was very just a dink and dunk type of passing game for New England. Mac Jones throws a pick to Xavier Howard when he does try to get down the field. The downfield passing game was not good for New England, but they hung tough, man. It ended up being back and forth. Even though Miami, they were up 21-3 at the half. I thought Tua was just outstanding in the 2-minute drill just before the half. Hits Braxton Berrios with one of the throws of the game. Steps up, hits him with a nice in-stride 18-yarder. So Miami's got it in hand. New England fights back, but then it's Raheem Mostert, right? 43-yarder to go up 2 scores in the second half. Mostert ended up having some really nice carries in there. And again, it's just more speed for Miami. They're not just fast at receiver. Mostert might actually be the fastest player on the team, former track star.
Yeah, I was just looking up the Mac Jones depth stuff. Through 3 quarters, it was 18 of 18, short of 10 yards, and then 0 for 7 above 10 yards. For the game, it ended up being 25 of 26 for 161 yards, short of 10 yards. And then above 10 yards late in the game, he got a little bit back. He was 6 of 15 for 70 yards with a touchdown and an interception. So very, underneath, Mac Jones was efficient, was delivering where it needed to be, but basically every shot he took wasn't happening.
Patriots did not have a reception longer than 14. 14, Sam. So you had a couple 10-yard passes in there, but they didn't have a completion longer than 14 yards, including catch and run. And he dropped back, almost 50 times. So, yeah, New England's got to find a way to add some kind of explosive element. And look, they had some of those plays against Philadelphia last week. But, yeah, this week it was not good. Miami did a nice job taking away.
They did. And it was one of those sort of situations, I think, where it started to compound on itself. Miami's defense started really flying around the field, getting really aggressive. And the Patriots didn't have the deep threat to back it off. They couldn't scare them back off the line of scrimmage. So guys like Andrew Van Ginkel is flying around the line. They're starting to stack the line with 6 guys, just really threaten things. And the Patriots just couldn't back them off.
Yeah, I mean, a big part of that is New England's offensive line, having Calvin Anderson at right tackle, Verdarian Lowe with I think it was his first NFL start, former undrafted free agent or 7th rounder. Part of it's just not trusting those guys against what can be a pretty good Miami pass rush. The one other interesting thing to highlight here, the field goal block that New England had, Brendan Schooler using short motion on the defense to get a running head start on the field goal, gets a block. They try it again later. Chris highlights maybe this distracts the kicker. He's worried about it. He ends up pulling it. So that's one of the reasons why it was close. Miami misses 2 field goals, one of which was blocked with a unique defensive structure there.
Well, not just that. I mean, if you start, you ask, how does a game like this end up close despite the feels being Miami is just destroying them on both sides of the ball? Well, one of the ways it happens is a sequence of ridiculous plays all going in one direction. So, New England had a few really high leverage plays that they got the better of. At one point, they showed this heavy blitz at the line, knowing the Tua was just going to dump it right over the top, and then Kyle Duggar gets back, gets his hand on it, breaks it up.
It's a good play.
Stops a touchdown, really. It was like a cover 0 blitz that if you get the pass off the back of it, it's probably a touchdown with the speed they have. He breaks that up. The very next play was that blocked field goal that you're talking about. So back-to-back plays, we go from maybe a touchdown to actually we just blocked the field goal. On New England, they had a touchdown with probably multiple illegal elements to it in terms of a guy blocking downfield, an illegal player downfield. Like, they get a touchdown, that no questions asked. It's week 2. Let's not worry about it. They obviously the Tua interception, like Christian Gonzalez was essentially playing safety on that play, by the way. Like, New England, another element of this is the Patriots were really banged up at corner, had to go pretty deep into the bench. Christian Gonzalez is playing like a cover 2 safety, and it's just a badly underthrown pass by Tua to Tyreek Hill. Really nice play by Gonzalez to make the play, but turnover there. Right. And then the 3rd and 1 play, Tua drops the snap before the missed 55-yarder. So 4 or 5 plays all stacking up in New England's favor, and that's how you end up with a drive to potentially go and try and tie it. Yeah,
that was a great play. Gonzalez was playing pure safety, flips his hips, goes up and gets it. Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
Yeah.
You got the clicker. Clicker watching it. That was a great play.
But going back to that blocked field goal, so nobody has essentially seen this before, and they're like, "Oh, is this like a special teams version of like the Miami motion? You know, these getting Tyreek Hill a running start at the snap." And I mean, there's a reason that this doesn't happen every single play, because you're not in control of the snap the way you are on offense, right? And it's almost certainly something that they saw on tape to be able to time it up that way, because if you watch what he's doing, he's not timing the snap. Like, he's not looking at the center. He's not looking at the ball. He's watching the kicker's sequence, right? He's obviously timed the kicker's sequence so that when he makes this specific move, now I've got 2 seconds before the ball is snapped. And that's what he's timing, which is good. I mean, it's impressive and it worked. And you can, like, the kicker can't necessarily screw with his sequence in a game, but he can screw with it week to week. You know, they can change things week to week. So I don't think you're going to – you might see a few other teams try this, but I don't think this is going to become like this cheat code on special teams, because – like, the offense can simply mess with the timing of the kicker and the kick and the snap and all those kinds of things. And that's the kind of thing where, like, he's running laterally for 10 yards, and if that changes, he has to stop dead. It neutralizes it. So really amazing play. Great bit of prep that they almost certainly saw something on tape and they exploited it in the game. I just think that that's probably pretty much a one-time deal.